Hello and welcome to another Magic the Gathering Arena Brawl video, and before I get started there's just a few things that I need to talk about because I keep forgetting to go over them, or have forgotten to go over them the last couple of times. So, for starters, Brawler's Guildhall was free this month, and that's incredibly late news because this happened when it first came out, and this is now I think like 2 weeks, if that, before it finishes up. But yeah. Obviously, with the COVID-19 pandemic, they decided, hey, we'll make this free for this month. And hopefully, if things continue the way they are, they'll do it for next month as well. But we'll have yet to see there. And it's somewhat a shame that what it took to be able to play Brawl whenever was to have a global pandemic. But, yeah. That's been great. Being able to just play whenever. The other thing is, as you can see here, Ikoria is just around the corner, as I'm sure many of you are aware. And so they're going through the spoilers for that now, and it's looking quite interesting so far. The other thing that's interesting is, as well as, they obviously have their Commander 2020 coming out alongside it, and those... with how they've been going with the Guildhall of introducing non-standard commanders to standard, just for Brawl, and Historic, it will be interesting to see if they do that with those. Some of them, like, for example, the Sultai Hydra commander that's been spoiled, would be interesting to see, in my opinion. We've got enough cards we've got enough Hydras to make a standard deck in a roundabout way, and with the inclusion of that, it would be a good build around. Though I'm obviously not getting my hopes up too much since we've yet to see it. But all in all, there's quite a few interesting things coming out with that. So I'm now at the stage where I'm sort of just wrapping up on cruise control, not just going over what I've got left to do before the next set comes out. I've not got quite as many decks floating around as last time. So, just here, these are all of the decks that I've got built, ready to go, that I've not made a video on yet, at least in the Theros Standard. And some of these I'm not likely to do. So, Amasster Plan, there's not really anything that's been added that benefits this because it's built around a mechanic. These three here are ones that I am fully expecting to do. These ones are ready to go. So Keep Calm and Kalia On and Get an Afterlife are both updated versions with Theros cards for both my Get a Life and Kalia Gonna Kill Ya Kalia control deck. So I've actually recorded some games with Keep Calm and Kalia On. The only issue is that, it's a control deck, but and so the games I've recorded with it have each gone on for like half an hour at a piece. So I'm not 100% sure whether or not I'm going to do those. Whether I'll keep recording and see whether or not I'm able to get some shorter games to just have more than one video in a video, or to have the video be an hour and a half long. So I'm gonna keep up to date with that. Surveillance State is the one that I'm going to do today, which I'll go over in a moment, and Get an Afterlife I may leave off for now, because, with Furry Bait having the life gain theme, it's very similar in terms of gameplay there, so I might give that one a miss. So then we've got the other one, so The Show Must Go On, Aggressively Generous, playing with the big boys. Aggressively Generous I might give a shot as a wider version of this, but playing with the big boys, I think I'm going to 100% wait for Ikoria with that. And I may even just completely redesign how I do a big boy deck, because, there's a lot of big things in Ikoria, and so I feel that that's going to be best suited for that. Everyone and No One, because of Surveillance State, I'm probably not going to do, and once again, could benefit from Ikoria as well. There's a few additional blue-black things that have gone in that could make it better, but I think, once again, same commander, even though it's a completely different playstyle. Not going to touch with that. Atrata I've still not updated. It's a possibility, but I'm not too keen on it overall. I might, once again, as I said, just steal my partners list and see how well that works out. And then the show must go on, which was the Demon Tribal. This and Token Gesture were both in the rapid fire round, so I might give them proper videos, but we've got Demon Nightmare weird things being spoiled on Ikoria, so I may also keep that back for then, just because we'll have more options to work with. So I'm going to leave that one for now. Token Gesture I probably should do a full video on. I feel that it could. But I've also not updated it with anything yet. So there's a few options left. In fact, maybe I'll do Get an Afterlife, Aggressively Generous, and Atratus Bounty in another quickfire round, which then leaves Keep Calm and Callion, Surveillance State, and a Token Gesture remade for Theros to properly shine. So, Surveillance State. So this is, as the name suggests, going to be built around Surveil. As I mentioned when I did my last Lazav video, which was built around Lazav with his ability to become a copy of things in Graveyard, we're instead now this time focusing around his Surveil and the entire guild of Dimir being built around that mechanic. And you'd think that, well, with it being a set mechanic, there's not going to be that much that's been added in from Theros. But there are actually quite a few things that have, I feel, added to it to help things run along. So, for starters, Devourer of Memory. Whenever a card is put from our graveyard to our into our graveyard from our library, it gets +1/+1 and can't be blocked until end of turn. Now, it's only one for any amount of mill. Doesn't matter if we're getting mills for 20 or 1, it's going to trigger, which is where Surveil comes in, since Surveil is often only 1 or 2 cards at a time, so we're able to quite easily get small triggers, so we're not milling ourselves too much, and then we're able to, with that, punch through with our unblockable creature that Lazav can also become a copy of if they kill it. We have Atris, Oracle of Half-Truths, which once again gets cards into our graveyard, which would trigger the Devourer of Memory, and also gives us a little bit of card advantage, which, if we are using our Surveil alongside Atris, we might be able to tell which cards are already there, so we'll be able to know whether or not they're giving us a good deal or not. And then Ashiok, Nightmare Muse. This is more just being stuck in there as a fun card that I like in Dimir, I'm going to be honest. Since it exiles cards, as opposed to, and it's also not our library, exiles cards, but it then allows us to cast them again. So I do just quite like this Ashiok and want to play around with it, which is pretty much the same reason with Cura Bests the Sea God, which just also taps down everything to give us a clean sitting afterwards. But Ashiok, Sculptor of Fears from the Planeswalker deck is actually somewhat beneficial to us, just because it puts a couple of cards from each player's library into the graveyard, which once again would trigger the Devourer of Memory. It also draws us cards, which is good for us, and we can then return creatures from graveyards to the battlefield under our control, or gain control of all things that opponents control if we ever get to -11, which I highly doubt. And then also Agonizing Remorse is just another solid removal card with Eat to Extinction, because, hey, we want to have a good removal here to make up for our slightly below par Surveil tactics, since we are heavily reliant on things like Thoughtbound Phantasm, Devourer of Memory, and Dimir Spybug for finishing things off, which, although Lazav can become a copy of them, that doesn't answer it if they get exiled, and it also is requiring us to build it up again. So, with that in mind, let's get started with some games. We're starting off with Taser Karlov, so we can expect a lot of creature shenanigans here. Now, I do like that mission, that disinformation campaign early, but I mean, I guess I can make it work. I can drop Lazav and Surveil, but it is very risky relying on that. So I think I'm going to mulligan this. Oh, that's a worse hand. I'm not sure I can keep this. I'm going to mulligan that again. Okay, this will work fine. Can put one of the lands away. We've got a Dimir Spybug. Or we could put away Kiora, Best of the Sea God, I guess. That's a lot of high-end stuff that... Yeah. Yeah, we'll drop that, I think. Because then we can Dimir Guildgate, Dimir Spybug, Lazav. Oh, and there's a Thief of Sanity. So we might Thief of Sanity instead, which doesn't get as much damage with the Spybug, but is a worthwhile threat. So yeah, there's a Corpse Knight. Yep, no blocks on the Witness. Castle falling down. And yeah, I think we'll attack first. No problem not to. Drop the Thief of Sanity. Because that demands an answer. That's not an answer. That's promising. Okay. That gets me Conrad and Doom Whisperer, so I'll keep that. Alright, they didn't have an answer. Let's see what you got. D-Spark, that answers your commander, and the other two are lands, so that's what I'll get. And I can keep it up. This Blast Zone would be great on 2, but unfortunately it does also hit Lazav and Dimir Spybug. So I'll let that resolve. That's 2 attackers. Nothing else, I'll exile it with D-Spark. Okay. That was a solid hit with the Thief of Sanity. And they didn't want any more part of that game. This is another pretty decent hand. I do love it when the Guildmages Forum comes down when I've got a turn 2 play instead of Lazav. That Dimir Spybug is also just great. Because I can now play this, drop the Spybug, Lazav with the Guildmages Forum. Nicol Bolas Dragon God I'm not so happy about. I also don't like the fact that they're looking like they're going to get it down quite easily. Ritual of Soot is also a card that they can run without much of an issue, and that does hit a lot of our good stuff. And they're considering using some removal on this, which I guess is reasonable. We do still get our Guildmages Forum, though. We don't need another land. Yep, they use removal on that. It goes to command zone. I can get it back out again, which is fine because I need another turn to set things up. That Eat to Extinction's good, though. Black, red. So they can get... Okay, so I think I drop Lazav again. Oh yeah, it does cost all of the mana, so... That's fine. I drop Lazav again. They don't know about the Eat to Extinction. Keep that on top. Because they now think that they'll have an open Nicol Bolas. Oh, they're still going for removal. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. Alright. Let's down. I think I do flash in Whisper Agent to block it. Because if they're wanting to set up a Nicol Bolas, I do want them to do that. That's decent. Now they're questioning whether they want to remove it or whether they want to just let the trade happen. I guess they're wanting the trade to happen. It's fine. Now they know that there's the Eat to Extinction there. But I do still have the Spark Harvest. So I do still have an answer for Nicol Bolas. And we mill a Nugan, so that's a pretty good hit there. Yep, there's the Nicol Bolas. They're going to blow up Ashiok.
All found. The defiance has consequence.
Okay, that's got Hexproof, that's good. You know, I think I actually drop Doom Whisperer here. Oh, let's see, they get a plus with Nicol Bolas. I mean, I could drop Lazav, but nah, we drop Doom Whisperer. Because if they've got an answer, then I've still got the Spark Harvest. I'll get rid of... Yeah, Price of Fame.
You have no weakness I cannot.
I do expect them to have removal for Doom Whisperer still. Oh, they got another Nicol Bolas. That... Okay, maybe I should have gone for the Spark Harvest. It's a much bigger problem. I now do need to start digging. Night Veil Predator does have Hexproof though, and is above Ritual of Soot, so I do think I do want to keep that. So Notion Rain, if I'm able to draw a land. That's not good. So I've got to hope that I get a land there. There we go. Played it risky, it paid off. Which one do we blow up? Or do we play Night Veil Predator? They get 2 pluses though, which absolutely decimates my hand. But then if I don't play Night Veil Predator, they get 2 ticks with the single one. Whereas this way... Okay, I think I got to take my chance. Okay, so exile a land, get rid of Swamp.
My intellect is without limit.
There goes this. That's not the Spark Harvest. Okay. Get rid of another land.
I outsmarted you eons ago.
Okay. So take out you.
Wipe your bloodline from existence.
Do I drop Lazav to get the Surveil? Then Spark Harvest Lazav? No, I don't think I do.
will return.
Now, the Firemine Vessel does mean they get to play it again. But they can't destroy Night Vale Predator.
Will resonate throughout the moat. Let your weak minds crumble.
Alright, I do like that Thief of Sanity.
You amuse me.
Okay. Now my hope here is that they've devoted enough resources. Ah, no. Okay, that's game. They got the answer they needed. Oh goody, Thassa. Right. Well, Tyrant Scorn is useful. Dream Eater is useful. Price of Fame is useful. I quite like this. And Thassa's Intervention. If I can counter Thassa with that, that will be beautiful. Okay, so double blue, double black. I do want that 4th land. There's also Thassa's Intervention for 2. Yeah, there's no reason not to go for Lazav here. If they've got a counter spell, that's fine. Do I go... I mean, I guess I got Dream Eater, so lands aren't too bad. And Thassa's Intervention is also there. Nadir Kraken, that's an easy target for Tyrant Scorn. Or, no, Price of Fame can only hit my Kraken at the moment. I'm going to just pass the turn for now. See whether or not they want to create a token, or whether they're looking for... Yeah. Because I can Tyrant Scorn the Kraken. They could have a counterspell up here, but that's fine. It gets rid of that. And now I have another counterspell, and I have Price of Fame up. Or I could drop, you know what, screw it. They've not got anything to benefit off of Thassa at the moment. I'm going to take this time to drop Night Vale Predator, since it's got Death Touch and it's got the Hexproof, so that's going to provide good value. I have the Dream Eater coming up with 1 additional mana, so I can then bounce Thassa, and I can just counter and kill anything good for them to get value off Thassa for the moment. Okay, they're still attacking anyway. Of course I block with this because Lazav can become a copy. And they're tapped out again. Which implies to me that they've used their 1 counterspell. At least for the moment, but Anticipate could get them another one. Oh, Thief of Sanity, I love you. Attack with Lazav. Should have probably done with that first. Threaten the transformation into Night Vale Predator. They now do have the mana for Thassa. Ah, there's something that is worth killing. Get dead. Okay, there's the land I need. Connive, concoct. Could have stolen that. I think I'll keep both of those. So now they can only flicker tokens, which then don't come back. So I now have some counter spells ready to go. Thief of Sanity, find me something good. Oh, Cavalier of Gales with Sinister Sabotage. Honestly, Sinister Sabotage. Okay, they could still have a counterspell up. But that'll be fine. And yeah, they're calling it there. I've got them pretty much counter-locked out of that game at that stage. Finally, we got Niv Mizzet Reborn. 5-color good stuff. Oh. If this was a black source, I'd be really tempted to go for the Nightveil Sprite Dimir Spybug combo. But without that being black, it's too risky, especially with Niv Mizzet being a real threat I need to answer. Okay. So we'll have to do. Get an additional 2 cards each time I Surveil. Sure. I need to dig for my answers pretty hard here. If I can get some counterspells for Niv Mizzet, that's ideal. This is reasonable enough because I can now spend the turn dropping this. And then Lazav can be played next turn, or House Guild Mage, literally anything can be played next turn, and I can Guild Gate. I guess I'll start with the Guild Mage. Nah, I'll go with Lazav because it gets me more Surveil. And that Murderous Rider is great. So ideally I want to land here. Oh, they're going to... There's my land. I'm fine with the mass trophying that. That's not exactly the most threatening thing in the world. So, get an island for now, I guess. And there's a 5th land, which gives me Dispersal. Which isn't the best removal for Niv Mizzet, but can be good. Yeah, I think they just realised that they've ramped me pretty effectively here. So I'm gonna take this time to drop a Nightveil Predator. Okay. Yeah, that was a weird one. Yeah, I'm gonna play another one because that didn't really feel like a game. They were apparently that scared of advanced surveillance, they fetched me a land. Okay, well there's the enhanced surveillance again. So I'm quite liking this. I can enhance surveillance. Oh, there's Taser again. So yeah, I think I enhanced surveillance, disinfo campaign, and then Lazav. Because I could Lazav immediately, but I guess it also depends on what lands I draw. But disinfo does also draw me a card, as opposed to just surveilling. I do not have double blue at the moment. Okay, that's 5 damage I'm taking. Okay, well there's the double blue. I do need black though. So, convert this into... Wait, no, I can't. I have to play Lazav here. That makes black. It's got a very good body there. That Thought Eraser. So, yeah, I need black. I really do need black. But Disinfo Campaign, discard a card. Thought Eraser. I think Whisper Agent first. I play that land next turn. Whisper Agent. That's Surveils, which... Yeah. I mean, they probably drop Taser. Yeah. They'll draw 2 cards if I kill Midnight Reaper. Well, if I kill anything. But they might just decide not to attack. Yeah, I'll take that too. I'll happily take 2. I guess this does draw me the land, so I am actually getting the Thought Erasure next turn anyway. Which then sets up my Surveil. And then I can also Whisper Agent. No, I can't Whisper Agent. Okay, they're attacking with everything. I'll block Taser. Just to reduce damage. Actually, I should have blocked Midnight Reaper and gone for the kill. Oh well. Yes, they draw 2 cards, but then they don't draw 2 cards from anything else. If they have a board wipe here, they draw a bunch of cards. What have you got in hand? D-Spark. Okay, that currently hits Conrad. Finale, they're a bit off. I think Liliana goes. There's the black land I need, although it enters tapped. Discovery Dispersal. That's a good option for getting rid of that. And I... Yeah, I can shuffle it back in if I really need it. I'll just get rid of that for now. Okay. Now I know what they've got. Yeah, that would have been Liliana. I think I will take out Midnight Reaper this time, though. Yeah, they get to draw some cards, but in the long run, this will make up. I mean, I guess. Yeah. They've probably now drawn something that actually really caused me problems knowing my luck. Oh no, they're just going for the finale. Alright, that is a problem. Especially since all of those have Vigilance and Lifelink. Okay. I need to play this carefully. They still don't have that. Yeah, that black mana's been an issue. That's just constantly screwed me over. I think my best line of play is to not do anything, flash in the Whisper Agent using the Guildmage's Forum, which can block and kill Taser, and then Lazav can start working on getting rid of these. They're not attacking with Taser. Okay, well, guess that's not happening now. Okay, I am going to actually have to get rid of all of these. I need my Ritual of Soot. Do I have Ritual of Soot in here? If I don't, oh god, what have I done? So 2, 4, 6, 7. So far it's fine. So far I can still survive from this. Tyrant Scorn also helps. Okay, Corpse Knight is probably going to be what I have to kill. Rather than Taser. Well, Taser only gets bounced with Tyrant Scorn. Oh, thank you, Command Tower. You're useful. I think I could have tapped that better. Should have tapped down the price. Okay, Price of Fame. I need double black, and I've used one of that there. But okay, this is fine. I think I can survive with this. I can use Tyrant Scorn on Corpse Knight as soon as they cast something. Oh, if they put that at 2, they can blow up Lazav, but that also blows up the Corpse Knight, which saves me having to do it. It does blow up my Enhanced Surveillance, so I can sacrifice that in response. If they go for 3, it gets Whisper Agent and Disinfo Campaign. Okay, 1, 3, so they've got the mana for that. If I counter it, I don't have any more mana to do anything. Okay, let it resolve. What do you target? Understandable. Now do they Blast Zone? Okay, so can I survive this now? Two, 4. If that gets blown up, then take 2, 3, 4, 5. But if they don't blow it up, then I'm dead. So block there. Blood Operative would have helped. Just that lifelink would be really needed right now. Oh, I could have thrown Blood Operative away, but nah, it's not got flash. It's right. Good game. Alright, well, I think I could have played that last game better. I should have probably, thought about my black mana a little bit more carefully. Alas. That was my Surveil deck. Surveillance State. Yeah, it did a fairly decent job. I might remove the Khan's Bastion, I'd say. I felt that in quite a few games I was, and it might have just been bad luck, short on coloured mana. Are there any multicoloured lands that I missed that I could have put in? Are there any that I haven't collected that I could put in? No. Yeah, so might have just been bad luck, but Khan's Bastion, it does have its uses, I guess. In fact, no, it probably is worth keeping in, given that my main win cons are counter-based, since, yeah, Thoughtbound Phantasm can only attack when it's got so many on. Dimir Spybug, it gets them when it when you surveil, and then obviously I have 2 planeswalkers there which care about it. And yeah, no, I was searching for a card I've not got in my deck that really should be in this deck. I think my logic when I put it together was all of these things would die to Ritual of Soot, so it might be fair to put in the sacrifice one instead. Although I do believe we're, from the spoilers, let me double check this quickly. There is one which destroys all odd or even mana creatures, or exiles even. So Mass Extinction. 3 black, choose odd or even, exile all creatures with a converted mana cost of the chosen trait. So that could be worthwhile. Since, yes, I've got a lot of 2-mana spells, but not as many 2-mana creatures. The only downside is they are exiled, so I can't bring them back with Lazav. But I can then adjust according to the situation, and even potentially throw my creatures into a board state that they'll die in, so I can use it. But yeah, I'm glad I did actually make this deck. Probably would have been better. I mean, I guess it's that thing is... Guilds of Ravnica came out before Brawl was in, so this is my chance to actually give the mechanic a shot as a deck in the same way that I did with the Amass, and it worked out pretty well. So with that in mind, take care everyone, stay safe, I'll see you all next time.